Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel's priest and officer of 500 Katab, back with another ISUPK Sabbath service. Take a minute to like, share, and subscribe. Take a minute to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment, push this truth. I'll give you a second for that, and we'll go ahead and get started. Layashala, which means to Israel. Wapanakwadon, which means to turn the face to east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shema, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Kaba'ah, Rakazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barakaza, Kowah, Hayah, Hashemayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawakanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kabawakinawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ayanawa, by the son of Wam, Abor, Hawashayanawa, Bayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wala'ala, Walatha La'awalumium, Amen. The Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debt as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Akasha power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Baba Kashah, Nathanael, Kach, Lerpa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Matawa, Takach, Latahar, Hamatazari, Takach, Lahakwayam, Hamathim, Takach, Al-Rakawa, Hakma'ala, Yadar Shun, by Hashem Yahushua, Tawada Amun. The Lord's Prayer in the English, Akasha power in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Barak Manawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabaya, Tapari, Barak, by Hashem Yahushua, Tawada Amun. Bless Israel in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayam, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yatham, Lumawat, Regalkai, Al-Yanawam, Shamarkai, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarkai, Yahweh, Shazarkai, Al-Yah, Yamyanka, Yawamar, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arat, Ayala, Yahweh, Yashmarka, Makara, Yashmar, Ahmapashka, Yahweh, Yashmar, Taza'afka, Wabu'afka, Mathai, Wa'ai Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adalayamaka, all Bakarash, with all Ashpat, Al, Kayahana, Awayabika, Rahmayawan, Wa'ash, A'amika, Ya'amyaminwa, Sawada, Wayataya Tazu, Altaza for one year, Amari, Lakawa, Wanakanki, Magoy, Wala Ayazakar, Shumyashala, Awada, Kaya, Nayabutazu, Laba, Yikadu, Ayaka, Baryat, Zakarath, Ahaya, Adawan, Wayashima, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarian, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalat, Palashat, Amin Shabir, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Amai, Hayawa, Zawawa, Labanya Lawa, Salah, Ashalahum, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Banakar, Washwan, Nashimadwa, Ba'ayandara'a, Hayawa, Dama, La'adama, Sha'atoma, Nadiyamawa, Ka'ara, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakazazar, Cal Nassi Kumra, Ashar, Amaria, Naira Rashad, Lana Wa, Now Wa, Alahayim, Alahayah, Shia Thumwa, Kagorgula, Kakwash, Lapanya Ramaka, Kaash, Baba Ira Yaira, Wakalaba, Balahat, Harayum, Hunter Datma, Baba Ira, Wabasawa Papa, Baba Halum, Mala'ah, Panyahom, Payawon, Wayabakwashu, Shumka, Yahawah, Yabashu, Wayabahoya, Aya'a, Wayakapari, Wayabadu, Wayada Iowa, Kaya Atha, Shimka, Yahawah, Labaka, Ayuwan, Alkahai Raknazar. Blessings in the Hebrew. Rakatha Yahawah Yahawah Wa Mike Allah, Wa Alahain, Matazabio, Alawat Yahana, Ha Alawapni, Ha Sarunyu, Ha Kwatazayanyu, Ha Kaya Yoyu, Waha Akwati, Yahawah, Bahashim Yahusha, the water Amon. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander Junior Hana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. So, Sabbath speaks to me. All right, Israel, we're going to be picking up in a book. Of Genesis, chapter 10, starting at verse 11. Genesis chapter 10, starting at verse 11. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Manah, Ha'aratazah, Ha'awa'ah, Yataza'ah, Ashawar, Wayabun, As, Nayal Nawah, Wa'ath, Wakabath, Ayar, Wa'ath, Kalak, verse 12, Wa'ath, Rasanah, Bayan, Nayan Wa'ah, Wabayan, Kalak, Hawa'ah, Hayarah, Hagalah, verse 13, Wamatazarium, Yalad, Ath, Lawadayim, Wa'ath, Aina Manayim, Wa'ath, Laha Banyam, Wa'ath, Napath Kayum. Verse 14, Wa'ath. Patharasayum. Wa'ath. Kasa Lakayum. Ashar. Yatazawa'a. Yataza'awa. Mashum. Palash Bayum. Wa'ath. Kapath Rayum. Verse 15. Wakan Anan. Yalad Ath. Tazayadan. Wabara. Waka. Wara. Wa'ath. Kath. Verse 16. Wa'ath. Haya. Bawa. Haya. Bawa Saya. Wa'ath. Ha'a Maraya. Wa'ath. Hagara Gashaya. Verse 17. Wa'ath. Hakawaya. Wa'ath. Ha'arakwa. Ha'ara Kwaya. Wa'ath. Hasa Yanya. And that's up through verse 8 through 17 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get that in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, and we're going to start at verse 11. Out of that land went forth Ashur and buildeth Nineveh and the city of Rehoboth and Calah. Verse 12. And Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, and the same is a great city. So what this is talking about is the generations or the lineage of Ham and the different cities that they bought, that they built or developed or founded, and where it was at and who occupied it. Verse 13, and Mizraim begat Lydium and Anamim and Lahabim and Naphuthim. Verse 14, and Pathrusim and Kalushim, out of whom came Philistim and Torum. Verse 15, and Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth. Verse 16, and the Jebusite and the Amorite and the Girgasite. Verse 17, and the Hivite and the Archite and the Sinite. So these are all, you can say, Hamitic nations. These all came from Ham. So after the flood, you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth that repopulated the earth from that lineage of Noah. Noah came from Adam. And this is why the Most High tracked it, and this is why it's in there. So you can see where, who went where, who fathered who. Like Africa wasn't called Africa back then. It was called Mitzrayim. And you see who begot. It was a man named Mitzrayim. That's where that name came from. We're going to pick up the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. And that's Genesis 10, 18 through 27. This is Genesis chapter 10, verse 18. Wa'ath. Ha'ara Wadiyah. Wa'ath. Hatazah Moriam. Wa'ath, Hakamathim, Salakia, Hakamathiyah, Wa'a Ka'ara, Napa Tazawa, Masha Pakath Wa'ath, Wath, Salakia, Hakan Ainya, verse 19, Wayahaya, Gaba Wala, Hakan Anya, Ma Tazayadan, Ba'aka, Gara Ra'a, Aida, Aiza, Ba'aka, Sadama, Ma'a, Salakia, Wa'ai, Mara, Wa'adama, Wa Tazabanya, Banyam, Aida, Laisha, verse 20, Alaya, Alaha, Salakia, Banya, Kama, Lamash, Pakatham, Lala, Lalashath, Nathum, Ba'aratazathum, Bagawa, Yahum, verse 21. Walashum, Yalad, Gum, Hawa'a, Abaya, Kal, Banya, Abara, Hakaya, Yapath, Hagad Yal, Hagad Wala, verse 22. Banya, Shum, Aya, Lama, Wa'asha, Wara, Wa'ara, Pakash, Kapash, Salakia, Wa'ara, Pakash, Wa'ara, Paka, Shada, Wala, Yada, Wa'arama, verse 23. Wabunya, Arayum, Arama, Iwataza, Waka, Wala, Waga, Thara, Wamash, verse 24. Wa'arag, Wa'arap, Kashad, Yalad, Ath, Shalak, Washa, Lakah, Yalad, Ath, Abara, Salakia, verse 25. Wala, Abara, Salakia. Wala, Abara, Yalad, Shinya, Bunyam, Shema, Ha'akad, Palag, Palaga, Kaya, Bayum, Yawa, Napa, Laga, Laga'a, Lagaha, Salaki, Ha'arataza, Wamash, Salakia, Washum, Aika, Yawa, Yakwa, Tana, verse 26. Waya, Quatana, Yalad, Ath, Ila, Alma, Wadada, Wada, Wa'ath, Shalapa, Wa'ath, Ka Tazaramai, Wath, Wa'ath, Yarakah, verse 27. Wa'ath, Hadah, Warama, Wa'ath, Iwa, Zalah, Wa'ath, Dequa Laha, and that's up through verse 27 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, starting at verse 17. Salakia, starting at verse 18. And the Arvadite and the Zermarite and the Hamathite afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. Verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as thou comest to Gerar unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah and Zeboam, even unto Lashah. Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham after their families, after their tongues, after their countries, and in their nations. Now notice, it said these are the families of who? Ham, after their tongues, after their countries, in their countries and in their nations. So from the beginning, there was a separation. The Most High didn't add Ham with Japheth and Japheth with Shem. It was separated from the beginning. Keep going. Verse 21. Unto Shem, also the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even unto him were the children born. So now we're getting into a different lineage. This is Shem. The children of Shem, Elam, Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gethar, and Mas, verse 24, and Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber, and unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for for his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan, verse Joktan, the water, my Lord, verse 26. And Joktan begat Alamadad and Shalep, and Hazamareth, and Jerah, verse 27, and Hadarum and Azal and Dakalah. So again, now we're into a different lineage, a different family. These were families under Shem. Shem had kids and his kids had kids. And then we get into Eber. And now we're going to get 7 more verses. And a lot of the times people initially, until you really start getting into the truth, you would just think some of these verses are a waste of time to read. It's just a bunch of he begat him and he begat him and he begat him. But it all comes together when people try to question who's in the kingdom or who's the children of Israel and who isn't. That's why those lineages are important. If lineage wasn't important, I mean, if the Most High didn't want a division, it wouldn't be lineages out here. It wouldn't be different families. It wouldn't be different nations. That's why Israel was called out from among the nations. All right, so we're going to pick up 7 more verses in the Hebrew. We're going to start at Genesis 10 and 28. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10 and verse 28. Wa'af. Iwa. Iwabal. Wa'af. Abayam. Allah. Wa'af. Shaba'ah. Verse 29. Wa'af. Iwa para. Wa'af. Kawa. Yalaha. Wa'af. Yawab ba. Kal. Alaha. Bunya. Yaquatana. Verse 30. Wayahaya. Mawa Shabum. Mama Sha'ah. Ba'a Kaha. Ba'aka. Salaki. 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 Verse 29. Wa'af. Wa'af. Iwa para. Wa'af. Kaya. Laha. Wa'af. Yawa ba'a. Kal. Ilah. Bunya. Yaquatana. Verse 30. Wayahaya. Mawa Shabum, Mama Sha'a, Ba'aka, Saparaha, Hara, Hakwa, Hakwa Dama, verse 31, Alaha, Bunya, Shum, Lamash, Pakathum, Lala, Shanathum, Ba'aratazathum, Lagawa, Yahum, verse 32, Alaha, Masha, Pakath, Bunya, Nak, Latha, Walat, Latha, Lath, Walad, Thum, Bagawa, Yahum, Yaha, Alaha, Wama, Alaha, Napara'a, Dewa, Haga, Wayum, Bara'a, Ba'a, Rataza'a, Hakara, Hama, Bawala. This is Genesis chapter 11. This is Genesis chapter 11 and verse 3. Salaki. 11 and verse 1. Wayahaya, Cal, Hiarataza, Shapa, Akath, Wada, Barayum, Akkad Yum, verse 2. Wayahaya, Bana, Sa'ayim, Makwa, Dama, Rayum, Tazaawa, Bakwa Iha, Ba'arataza, Shana Ira, Raya, Waya, Shabawa, Shum. And that's up through verse 2 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10, starting at verse 28. And Obal and Abimelech and Sheba and Ophir and Halava and Jobab, all these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling was from Mashah, as thou goest to Sapar, the mount of the east, a mount of the east. Verse 31, these are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their families. So this was dealing with Shem, their lands, their families, their tongue. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations, in their generations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Salaki, what was heavy about that, we gotta make sure that this understanding that you get from this sums it all up. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So clearly, the nations were divided. Who divided these nations? We didn't. They didn't. The Most High did. So who are we in 2024 to sit there and now say God is trying to bring everybody together? He wasn't trying to do that ish then. He never tried. He never wanted that. If he wanted that, that's how it would be. That's what we be teaching. If he wanted us to forgive the people who molested and unalived and deleted our family members, our grandmothers, and everybody in between, we would forgive them. But guess what? He don't want that. He said, never trust thy enemies. Never. That wasn't all. After hundreds of years of them beating you in your head and them giving you wick and giving y'all a couple $1 million contracts in the NBA, and after sleeping with some of your women and impregnating y'all having these light skin, well, these babies out here. He didn't say after all of that, then you forgive them, then you trust them. He said never trust them. And we in 2024 want to think, oh, because time has passed, because we know trigonometry now, because our sidewalks have cement, because we have automobiles, that we have a better understanding than the Most High that created us. How retarded are you? We don't serve a God that needs to evolve. Right. That's how women get cheated on. They sit back, we'll sit back, and we'll watch, quote unquote. We'll see what they doing and let time go by. And then that brings to what's that verse where it talks about because kind of what kind? Because it wasn't a speedy judgment. Because you didn't get cracked in your head right away, because your hand didn't get cut off as soon as you put that Snicker bar in your pocket when you were 6 coming out the store, you thought that you can get away with it some more. You thought that it was okay. You thought that this wasn't a sin. You thought that when it said for the wages of sin is death, and you sinned and you didn't die immediately, you thought that you could move past those laws, that those laws didn't apply to you anymore. Salaki, that ain't it. That is not it. Oh, yeah, we was at that was the end of 10. Now we're in chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. So at one point in time, the whole earth. Now it didn't say the land; it said the whole earth. That means everybody was of one language and one speech, so they all understood the same thing. And we're gonna find out after they journeyed to this land of Shinar what transpired there. Did that change? All right, we're going to pick up the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. That's going to be picking up in Genesis chapter 11 and verse 3. Genesis chapter 11 and verse 3. Waya Amaraiwa Ayash Al Ra'ai Hawa Habaha Nala Banaha Labun, Labunyum. Wana, Sharapa, Shara, Paha, Pa, Salakia. Lasha, Rapa, Watha, Haya, Lahum, Hala, Bana, La'a, Bana, Waha, Kamara, Hayaha, Lahum, Laka, Mara, verse 4. Waya Amara, Habaha, Naba, Naya, Nabunya, Lanawa, Ayara, Wama, Gadala, Wara'ashwa, Bashumyum, Wana Aisha, Lanawa, Shum, Pan, Napa, Wataza'a, Al, Punya, Cal, Haratazah. Verse 5. Waya, Radah, Yahweh, Lara'ath, Ath, Ha'ai, Yara, Wa'ath, Hama, Gadalah, Ashar, Bunwa, Bunya, Ha'adam. Verse 6. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Hana, Aima, Akkad, Washa, Pa'a, Akath, Laka, Lama, Yazaha, Shalakia, Wazaha, Waiza, Haka, Lama, La'aishawa, Wa'aithaha, La'a, Laba Tazara, Hama, Cal, Ashar, Yazamuwa, La'aishawath. Shalakia, Ashar, Yazamawa, La'ishawath, Habaha, Narad Ha, Nara, Narada, Wana, Bala, Shum, Shapath, Ishar, La'a, Yeshum, Iwa, Ayash, Shapath, Ra'ai, Haiwa. Verse 8, Waya, Patazah, Yahweh, Athum, Mushum, Al, Panya, Kal, Haratazah, Waya, Wayakad, Lawa, Laban, Laban, Labanath, Ha'ai, Yerah. Verse 9, Al, Khan, Qara'ah, Shema, Babala, Kaya, Shum, Balala, Bala, Yahweh, Shapath, Kal, Haratazah. Wama, Wamashum, Hapa, Yatazum, Yahweh, Al, Panya, Kal, Haratazah. And that's up to verse 9 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, and starting at verse 3. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. So, FYI, for all you people out here that says, oh, there's no science in the Bible, we cut you in the beginning of the book, breaking down the first chapter of the Bible and showing you all the science that was just in the creation of the earth. And now we're talking about developmental science. It says, and they said one to another, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and slime they had for mortar. This is technology. This is building advancement. They burnt that stone, and science today finds out when you burn that stone, it makes it stronger. It can hold more weight when you do that. Verse 4, and they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we may be scattered abroad the face of the earth. So now they want to make a city and a tower that can reach up to the heavens. That's no different than what Esau does today almost. They go build a city or take a city, and in every one of their cities, you see what? These towers. They're reaching to the clouds. Over there, and I think Dubai or one of them Arab countries, they have the world's largest building, and it's literally in the clouds. This is their MO. This is what they were trying to do then. Verse 5, and the Lord came down to see, the city and the tower which the children of men buildeth. And I'm going to just look real quick. Yeah. Okay. Verse 6, and the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language, and this they may begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. And what a lot of people think is that when they read this verse, that the Most High was in fear of for a minute that they would be taken over, that man is together and anything that they think of they could do. That's not the gist of it. You see how evil and wicked our minds is. In 2024, you have men that were born with loins saying they're a woman. I'm going to let you hold that for a minute and apply that to this. Anything that they think, they can just change the gender of a person, like anything. That's an evil. This is the evil that was going on in their head. Verse 9. Salakia. Verse 7. Go to, let us go down, and therefore confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them. Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them from thence upon the face of the earth, and they left off to build the city. So pretty much the Most High scattered their language to divide them. There's more division by the Most High. Again. Verse 9, therefore, the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So that city and that tower was called Babel, based off of the confusion that the Most High gave, and changing their tongues and mixing up their tongues and giving them different languages. All right, so we're going to stop there and pick it up at Genesis 10 and 11 in the Hebrew. 11 and 10 in the Hebrew. Alaha. Fawaladath. Shum, Bun, Ma'ath, Shana, Wayawalad, Af, Ira, Kapashda, Shanath Yum, Akar, Hama, Bawala, Wayakaya, Shum, Salakia, verse 11, Wayakaya, Shum, Akaraya, Hawa, Layadwa, Ira, Pakash, Da, Kamash, Ma'awath, Shana, Waya, Walad, Bunyum, Wabun, Wath. Verse 12. Wa'ara, Pakash Da, Kaya, Kamash, Washa, Lashyum, Shana, Wayawalad, Af, Shalak, verse 13. Verse 13. Wayakaya, Ira, Pakat, Ira, Pakashda, Ikaraya, Hawa, Layadwa, Ath, Shalak, Shalash, Shanyum, Ra'arabai, Wa Arabai, Ma'awath, Shana, Wayawalad, Bunyum, Wabunwath. Verse 14. Washalak, Kaya, Shalah, Shayash, Shalashum, Shana, Wayawalad, Ath, Ibar. Verse 15. Wayakaya, Shalak, Akaraya, Hayawalad Wa, Ath, Ibar, Shalash, Shanyum, Wa'arabai, Wa'awath, Salakia, Ma'wa'ath, Ma'awath, Shana, Wa'awalad, Bunyum, Wabunwath. Verse 16. Wayakaya, Ibar, Irabai, Washa, Lashayim, Shana, Wayalad, Ath, Palag, and that's up to verse 16 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis. Where did we start at? We started at 10. Genesis chapter 11, starting at verse 10. And these are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. So one of the things I want you to notice that all the times that you read in scripture isn't linear, as in this chapter, verse 1 through 5, everything in verse 1 through 5 happened in 1 through 5 order. Sometimes it gives you, all right, this is what happened. They talked about what some of the families of Canaan did or Ham did, where they went, what they built, what the people that followed them did. Now they're going in a deeper family lineage of Shem. Now you see they already went down. Japheth begat these people. Ham begat these people. Shem begat these people. This is what happened with the Tower of Babel. Now they're going back, talking about the generations of Shem, giving more further details. So we can't always think that verse 1 through 100 is going to be linear. It's contextual. Verse 11, and Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 530 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. So you see, Shem begat Arphaxad. Arphaxad lived 530 years and begat Salah. And then after that, he lived another 430 years after he had those kids. So we got to make sure that we get those time frames because those are important as you putting certain things together. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. All right, so that's up to verse 16 in the English. We're gonna double back and go ahead and start at 17 and get it in the Hebrew. All right, so this is the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 17. In the Hebrew, Wayakaya, Ibar, Ikaraya, Hawaladia, Hawala, Yadwa, Ath, Palag, Shalash Yum, Shana, Arabai, Ma'awath, Ma'athah, Salakia, Ma'awath, I was right. Shana, Wayalad, Bunyum, Wabunwath, verse 18. Wayakaya, Palag, Shalash Yum, Shana, Wayawalad, Ath, Ra'iwa, verse 19. Wayakaya, Palag, Ikaraya, Haiwa, Layadwa, Ath, Ra'iwa, Thashai, Shunyum, Wama, Ath Yum, Shana, Wayawalad, Bunyum, Wabunwath, verse 20. Wayakaya, Ra'iwa, Shalath Yum, Washalash Yum, Shana, Wayawalad, Ath, Shawah, Wagah, verse 21. Wayakaya, Ra'iwa, Ikara Raya, Haiwa, Layadwa, Ath, Shara, Waga, Shabai, Shunyum, Wamath Yum, Shana, Wayad Walad, Bunyum, Wabunwath, verse 22. Wayakaya, Shara Waga, Shalath Yum, Shana, Waya Walad, Ath, Nakath Rara, verse 23. Verse 23. Rayakaya, Shara Raga, Akaraya, Hayawalad Wa, Ath, Nakara, Ma'athayum, Shana, Wayawalad, Bunyum, Wabunwath, and that's up through verse 23 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, starting at verse 17. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Serug. Verse 21, and Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. So this is lineages from Shem to Eber and his kids and their time frames that they were on the earth. How many years did they live before they had a child and after they had this particular child? All right, so we're going to get these last 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're going to pick it right up at Genesis 11 and 24. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 24. Wayakaya Nakwara Thashai Thashai Wa'ai Sharayum Shana Wayawalad Ah Tharaka. Verse 25. Wayakaya Nakwara Akaraya Hayawalad Wa Ah Tharaka Thashai Aishara Shana Wama'ath Shana Wayawalad Bunyum Wabunwa. Verse 26. Wayakaya Tharaka Shabayim Shana Wayawalad Ath Abarum Ath Nakwara Wa'ath Harana. Verse 27. Verse 27. Wa'alaha Thawalad Thawa Ladath Tharaka Hawalayad Ath Abarum Ath Nakwara Wa'ath Harana Waharana Hawalayad Ath Lawat. Verse 28. Wayamath Haran Al Panya Panwa Wa'ath Sharayah, Kal, Thawa, Ashath, Abaron, Bunwa, Waya, Tazaawa, Athum, Ma'awara, Kashad Yum, Lalak, Lalakath. Oh, Salakia. Oh, Salakia. I was supposed to stop at verse 30. All right, so that was Genesis 11:24 through 30. Salakia, we're going to go ahead and get that into English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, starting at verse 24. And the whore lived 9 and 20 years and begat Terah. And the whore lived after he begat Terah 109 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives, and they named Abram's wife, and the name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. Verse 30. But Sarai was barren and had no child. So again, these were lineages from Shem and his children all the way down to pretty much Abram and his children. So now you get where we're getting into the more up to date of Abram being called out of that family and again separated. So there's more separation, a further separation that the Most High is doing. It's not them that's doing it themselves. The Most High is making these separations. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the Sabbath service. Men of Israel, Majim. Layash Allah, which means to Israel. Point out the don't, which means to turn the peace. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Washamayim, Lathanawa, Lachum, Kal, Yawam, Wasalatmanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kabawatianawa, Wala'ah, Fabiayanawa, Banasanawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wala Allah, Wa Atar Paras, Wa Awalumim, Amon. The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and give us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. Because the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Bapishah, Nathananahu, Hakat, Larapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Kal Matawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazari, Hakat, Lahakwayim, Hamathim, Hakat, Al Rakawat, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shun, by Hashem Yahushua, the Wadaman. Kasha power in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the English, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Barak Lanau, by Yasha Allah, Wahabayat, Sapari, Barak, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, for what I'm. Bless Israel in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayun, Ahahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izari, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Warakaza, Al Yathun, Lomawat, Rogokai, Al Yanawam, Shamarakai, Tanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'alu, Yahweh, Shamarakai, Yahweh, Tazorkai, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemas, La'a, Yakakai, Warak, Vayayan, Yahweh, Yashamarakai, Korai, Yashamar, Aknapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabu'aka, Ma'athai, Wa'ai, Awalum. Psalms 121 in the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved, he that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adalayamaka, Alta Karash, wa Alta Shakwat, Al Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahamayuman, Ra'ash, Al Amika, Ya'ayim Nimwa, Sawada, Wayataya Atazu, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amoria, Lakawa, Wanakanki, Magoya, Wala Ayazakar, Shumyashal, Awada, Kaya, Naiwatazu, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Lakarakwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Wayashimai, Alayum, Mawa'aba, Wahagari, Gabor, Wa'aimawan, Wa'amalat, Palashat, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Amain, Hayawa, Zarawat, Labunya Lawat, Salah, Ashalahum, Kamadi, Kasayasara'a, Kadyabian, Bernakar, Koyashwan, Nashimadua, Ba'ayandara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La'adam, Sha'afumwa, Nadyamawa, Ka'arab, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakatazar, Mana'ai, Karanashia Kumwa, Ashar, Amoria, Nairashah, Lanawa, As, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahayad, Sha'afumwa, Kagorgula, Kakwash, Lapunya Rarakai, Ka'ash, Baba Ira, Wakalaba, Talaha, Harayum, Kantaradatma, Wasa Iraka, Wabasa Wapaka, Tabahalum, Mala'a, Panyahum, Quayawam, Wayabakwashua, Shumkai, Yahweh, Yabashua, Wayabahodia, Adi, Wayapaporia, Wayabadua, Wayadaira, Kaya Athai, Shumkai, Yahweh, Labaka, Aluman, Alkahai Rakaza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, the Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as unto Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kizon, which perished and endured. They became as dung for the earth, made their nobles like a ram, and like Z, yea, are their princes as Zebah and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. Blessings in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Wa Micah Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazavia, Alawat Yahana, Ha Alawapim, Ha Saranyim, Ha Kwatazayanyim, Ha Kayayarim, Wa Ha Agwathia, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, the Wada Aman. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanders in Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. So, we're going to go ahead and close out the Sabbath service. In Israel, Majid Shabbat, Majid Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. That's from the top. Dismiss.